Welcome back, guys. Here again in Dallas, and today we're going to give you an update on the current progress of that 8 new unit deal that I showed you guys in my last video. And as you can see behind me, there's been a lot of progress since then. It's been a solid week, and we've been furnishing, painting walls, getting everything ready just in time for October, where Dallas and Austin really go high. Now follow me and my team. I was going to go to Costco, pick up a lot of supplies, bring you to the building, and show you a little bit behind the scenes of what goes on. As of right now, almost every single item has been accounted for, has been ordered, has been delivered. And as you can see behind me, my team is furnishing, getting everything ready, moving things around apartment to apartment, and getting everything furnished. Today though, we're gonna grab a U-Haul and go and pick up the 15 or 14 TVs that we have to buy in person from Costco. Because unfortunately, Costco will not deliver 15 TVs because I asked them to. They canceled my order 3 times already. So at this point, I'm gonna grab up all the guys, put them in the back of the U-Haul, drive to Costco, grab the 15 TVs, bring them to the building. We need to have a 65-inch for the living room and then 58 to 42 inches in the bedrooms, depending on size. So if you guys look behind me, you're gonna see a lot of these big, giant TV stands. These are all for the big living rooms. All the smaller TV stands from Amazon, these are for the small bedrooms. And then over here, these are all the comforters, linens, pillowcases. Over here, we have all these Britas. Every single unit of mine has to have a Brita no matter what. All the Keurigs are back there as well. Every single unit has to have a Keurig, a kettle, coffee machine, everything. Now, sheets. Sheets is also very important because keep in mind, there's 8 units, all 2 bedrooms each. So that's about 16 beds. 16 beds times 3 sets of sheets and linens. That's about 48 sets of sheets. So if you guys take a look right here, this is the brand that I use, CGK from Amazon. It's about $22 for good hotel quality bed sheets. And then on top of that, you also have your duvet covers, duvet inserts, pillowcases. All the linens basically is about 3 sets of each. That way we have enough in case something gets damaged, something gets spoiled, that 1 set that's at the laundry, 1 set that's back from the laundry, and we keep recycling. That way you have enough linens no matter what happens. So 3 sets at all times. So come follow us along. I'm gonna show you guys the behind the scenes and how we get all this stuff, pick it up from Costco, bring it to the units, and tell you a little bit about what's going on and the new developments I have and new units starting that I'm negotiating currently right now that's gonna be starting in the next month. Big deal of 50 units. And in about 3-4 months, another new construction deal, another 30 units. So follow along and I'll tell you more about it. So originally, my wife and I'd be doing all the stuff by ourselves when we first started. Just me and her in a U-Haul, literally one by one, item by item. And it's crazy how, like, you know, I haven't done this stuff in a long time. Going to Costco, pick things out, pick things up. Because you do it all online now, right? It's really quick. But Costco, for some reason, wouldn't deliver all these TVs. So we had to go in person. That's one time. But it just brings back the memories of my wife and I. It was just us. We had 5, 10, 15 units. We're still doing all that stuff ourselves. Picking stuff ourselves up, renting a U-Haul, driving a U-Haul, just us 2. Yeah, the memories of it, you know, it's nostalgic. Now we have a whole crew that basically just, you know, does everything. Let's go. So far for the month of August, I'm a little above $800,000 in revenue. As of right now, with all the units I have going online, I'm at 320 something. By the end of this month, hopefully by August, I have 8 more coming online, probably like 330, another 2-3 more. I think I'll be at like 335 by the end of this month. Now, going into September, I don't have any other big deals happening except for one, and this is a huge takeover deal. So basically a big operator in one of the buildings I'm already in, they had like 50 units. They are basically leaving the building, okay? They're not really making any money, but my units, my 20 units are making money, and they basically need out. So I basically offered to buy them out of all 50 apartments, but at a huge discount on the furniture, because obviously I'm not gonna pay a full price for the furniture. They wanted originally $3,000 per unit for furniture. I walked the units, furniture is nice, but it's not worth $3,000, especially as you guys know, secondhand furniture. If somebody's really desperate, you can basically lowball them and they'll take it, because the cost associated with removing 50 units of furniture, storage, assembly, labor. It's a nightmare. So I offered them 500 bucks. They basically told me no. So a week later they called back and they said they were willing to do $600 per unit. So think about where they started at 3,000. I offered 500 and we settled at 600. So I'm paying $30,000 for 50 units worth of furniture in the building I'm already in. That put me at almost 80 apartments in that one building. 80 apartments in one building, okay? Now, keep in mind, I can't just put the units live just the way they are. The reason why they weren't making any money, you have to bring them up to my standard. So I'm probably gonna have to spend an additional $2,000 per unit just to bring it up to my standards, just for those units to make money. So my total all-in cost is probably gonna be somewhere around, I'd say $2,500 per unit times 50 units. And that's my total cost all in for those 50 units. And on top of that, the building's giving me an additional 2 weeks of rent for free. So the rent's around $2,000 for these 1 bedrooms on average, let's just say. Now with the 2 weeks rent free that the landlords offer me on these 50 units, with the average rent being around $2,000, I'm saving about $50,000 just in rent concessions alone. So I'm spending, $30,000 for their furniture, getting $50,000 rent free. Obviously, I have no money to the deal. The amount of time it's going to take to get my money back, it's going to be relatively very, very quick, especially considering we're going into September and October, one of the 2 best months in Dallas and Austin, especially in the South. Now, once that deal closes, it's going to push me close to almost the 400 unit mark, which I think I can get to easily by the end of this year. Today, I just got off the phone. I had a good hour-long meeting with the landlord I'm currently working with, and he's building a brand new building in Philadelphia. He wants to give me 30 apartments and entire 2 floors. So that building is going to come with all the permits needed to host in Philadelphia. As you guys know, Philly now has regulations. The landlord says he's building the building brand new. He has no problem getting the hotel license that I need. And the second thing is I negotiated 6 weeks free, a $200 security deposit per unit, and that's all going to be starting in January, February, as construction delays happen. So that's a big deal I have starting around that time. These are all luxury units. It's probably going to spend me about $6,000 to $7,000 per unit to get those furnished. So as you guys know, and as you guys can see, I have a lot of deals in the pipeline and a lot of deals currently that I'm working on right now. My whole thing is to reduce my overhead, reduce my costs. I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing to reduce that, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing towards the end of the video and how I've been able to accomplish that. Now remember, the majority of your costs in this business are all fixed expenses. That means you really can't control much except the variable costs you have, the biggest one being your housekeeping. So now that I switched to only being paid per unit for all my housekeepers, laundry is one thing that I have to basically reduce as much as possible. So as of recently, I've been paying around $1.35 for pickup and drop off for all of my linens and housekeeping for my laundry. Now, because I'm adding so many more units, I have so many more units incoming, I have so many more stuff happening, I need to find out how I can reduce that laundry cost. So I found a laundromat that's willing to do all my laundry for 70 cents per pound of laundry. So if I'm doing 5,000 pounds of laundry, which I'm going to be doing starting next month with all the new units that I'm adding, 5,000 pounds of laundry at the current rate of $1.35 a pound, that means I'll be paying almost $27,000 per month just for laundry. Now the new laundromat that I just signed with is going to be doing it for 70 cents a pound, and that means my cost will then decrease to almost $14,000 per month just for laundry. So I'm saving $13,000 a month just by switching laundromats, and that's a total saving over $130,000 for the entire year. So always try to find out ways that you can decrease your costs. That way you can increase your margins, overall net margins per unit. Now, if this 50 unit deal closes next month, which I really think it's gonna, that means I'll be at 100 apartments just in Dallas alone. But keep in mind, guys, you cannot run a 100 unit operation in one city, especially with having all your housekeepers in-house, maintenance people in-house, an entire organization without somebody who's integrating everything all together. That person's not me. Even though I live in the city of Dallas, I don't have time for that. My job as a CEO is to focus on big picture things. That's why I hired a COO for the business. That's why I had a city manager for the city of Dallas. I have one person who's in charge of the entire city, who runs the operations, fires housekeepers, hires housekeepers, furnishes units, finds people to furnish units, does basically everything, negotiates with vendors, keeps up with maintenance, buys supplies if needed. He does every single thing in the city for me. So that person right there is integral, especially as you're scaling to 60, 70, 80 to 100 units in a city. So in Dallas alone, I'll have 100 units. Detroit right now, I have 140 units. Pittsburgh right now, I'm at 70 units, but I think I should be at like 85, 90 units in Pittsburgh by the end of next month. Any other cities that don't have that big of a presence. Austin, I only have like 40 units. Other cities, you know, have a smaller amount. Philadelphia right now, as you guys know, I have like maybe 40 units, but I'm trying to close a 30 unit deal that's gonna be starting in a brand new construction building in a great area with all permits and everything already done for me starting February. So we're negotiating that right now. So as I tell you guys, I'm growing the business. I'm trying to explain to you, you cannot grow a business without having the systems and operations in place to help with that growth. Because when you don't have that in place, your systems collapse, your business collapse, and then you're a slave to your business. You're on your phone 24/7. And that's the only way I've been able to make $3.5 million in the last 120 days without actually working in the business. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is my name, Hamza Zafar, for the daily life and behind the scenes of a real 8-figure entrepreneur.